Welcome back to the show. Many of us wanting to get out and enjoy life. What better way to do that than going on a craft brewery tour? And it's been a tough time during the pandemic for my next guest. Brad Campeau joins me. He is the owner and founder of Brew Donkey Tours. Brad, how are you?
Doing as good as can be expected, but even better than the last 18 months.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, I mean, you were closed for what, 11 out of those 18 months, Brad?
We say 11 because we did open up for a short period of time last July, August, and September. But really, the last 18 months, just like many businesses, including restaurants and most tourism operations, we've had little to no business. But with the new fourth wave being lighter than expected, we're happily reopened. We started operating buses this September.
Excellent. Well, you mentioned buses, and I know you have a new bus, and you're so excited about it. You have to describe this to our viewers. This is amazing.
So we built out a bus with K6 Media, making it as fun and exciting as we could on the outside, trying to let people know what was happening on the inside. We also blacked out the windows so that people couldn't really see who was inside, for the safety of others, really. And then the interior space, we put in 6 booth seating areas, kind of like a train, the Via Rail train out to Montreal or Toronto. The booths are live edge tables that I produced myself because I took up woodworking during the pandemic shutdown. And also at the back, we have a selfie booth, which is a seating for about 10. So when we get those larger groups in the future, we'll have seating for them in the back. The bus itself is also decked out with some educational items on the windows, above the windows, and really just lends itself to a good experience. Our pass bus, though, was covered in stickers on the inside from local breweries that had used the bus. It has no stickers at this point. We're really looking forward to getting those breweries on the bus again so they can put their stickers all over it.
Oh, no kidding. I can imagine. So walk us through, well, what does a tour look like, Brad?
So a Brew Donkey Tour is a centralized pickup for our public trips. We're picking up at the corner of Elgin and Gloucester at the downtown core, really conveniently located close to the transitway so that you can get on and off with public transportation, which is safest. Then we're going to make it fun and entertaining by giving you a beer education session between the pickup and the first stop. We're going to do our best to obviously keep it safe and clean with distancing and masks required on the bus at all times. Also, double vaccination is a requirement for all the destinations we go to, so we're checking double vaccination status. And lastly, when we get to the breweries, you're given a tasting at the breweries, a conversation with the owner, and behind-the-scenes access that you wouldn't normally get if you just showed up at a brewery on your own.
Well, guests are obviously excited, and I imagine all these breweries must be excited. You know, I imagine have reached out to you. Brad, what are you hearing from the breweries?
The breweries had an interesting go depending on their size, and a lot of them were really excited for the tours to start up again. Their tap rooms may have closed, but they were still eager to help people find out about their products. They may very well have been doing home delivery during the shutdown, but seeing people inside their brewery is one of the reasons they opened. They didn't open because they wanted to sit alone in a brewery making beer. They wanted to talk about their product. So they've been pretty excited.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes the tours so special is you have an opportunity to speak to the owner, to speak to the brewer, find out more. And beer's come a long way, Brad. I mean, we go back 10 years, right? You know, people were probably drinking still what, you know, their father or their mother were drinking, you know, as they were growing up. But, man, there's so many choices out there now. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Since the pandemic, there has been 4 or 5 new breweries that have opened. And also nowadays, instead of just, you know, having a large glass of beer that you want to drink, people are opting for smaller size glasses where they're, you know, drinking it with intention. And that's kind of where we kind of fit in, is trying to help people explore new breweries. We do have some brand new tours that we're offering coming up in the spring. We've got the All Things Brewed will be returning. But we relaunched an old favorite called La Belle Brumance, which is where we celebrate our love affair with Quebec craft beer. And so we're going to be heading over to Cinquième Baron, which is out in Aylmer, and also A la Derive, which is in Gatineau. So those breweries are being added to our list because they opened during the pandemic and they need love too.
Yeah, and I think the nice thing too, I mean, what a great time of year, right? You just mentioned, going over to the Quebec side, you're going to see the beautiful leaves and everything's changing color. It's just so special at this time of year, and I couldn't think of a better time to go visit local breweries. Brad, always a pleasure having you on the show, and congratulations, 8 years now. Yeah, well, I'm so happy to be back. It feels like home. All right, we'll catch up to you, and I can't wait to go on a tour with you. All right, don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to the Nepean Rideau Osgood Community Resource Center. They have a fabulous event coming up October 23rd. We've got all the details of that coming up right after this.